God message, my promise to you. It's a commitment that transcends the limits of human understanding, a promise that beckons us to explore the depths of our purpose and potential. Join me on this journey as we unravel the profound intricacies of God's commitment to each of us, discovering the extraordinary promises He has bestowed upon our lives. God's commitment to us is embedded in scriptures that have withstood the test of time. In Jeremiah 29 verse 11, we find a promise that resonates through the ages. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. This promise is a compass guiding us through the labyrinth of life, assuring us that even in the darkest moments, God's commitment remains steadfast. The foundation of divine commitment. At the heart of divine commitment lies an unwavering foundation, faith. Faith isn't merely a concept, it's a lifeline that connects us to the promises God has uniquely tailored for us. It's a journey through valleys and mountaintops, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit when anchored in the divine. The tapestry of personal promise. As we navigate the intricate tapestry of our lives, we begin to discern the unique promises God has whispered into our hearts. These promises are as diverse as the individuals receiving them, tailored to our strengths, weaknesses, and deepest desires. They are the blueprints of a purposeful existence, waiting to be unveiled as we walk in faith. Consider the story of David, a shepherd boy anointed to be a king. His promise was not realized in the grandeur of palaces, but in the quietude of the wilderness. It's a reminder that God's commitment to us often unfolds in unexpected places and unconventional ways. Our task is to trust, to walk in obedience, and to let our lives become a canvas upon which God paints His promises. Navigating the seasons of waiting. Yet, the journey to the fulfillment of God's promises is seldom a sprint, it's a marathon of faith. In the waiting, our commitment to God is tested, and our character is refined. The Bible tells us in Isaiah 40 verse 31, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary, they will walk and not be faint." The season of waiting is a cocoon where our faith metamorphoses into resilience, preparing us to soar when the time is right. Consider Abraham, who waited decades for the promise of a son. In his waiting, he learned to trust God's timing, even when circumstances seemed insurmountable. His story teaches us that divine commitment is not constrained by human calendars, but is intricately woven into the moments that shape our character. The power of alignment. Divine commitment is not a one-sided covenant, it's a dance of alignment between our hearts and God's will. As we align our desires with His purpose, we unlock the fullness of His promises. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 encapsulates this synergy beautifully. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." Alignment requires surrender, a willingness to release the grip of control and let God chart the course. It's a counterintuitive concept in a world that champions self-reliance, but therein lies the paradox of divine commitment. When we surrender, we gain, and when we release, we receive. Overcoming doubt and discouragement. In the labyrinth of life, doubt and discouragement often emerge as formidable adversaries. They cast shadows on the promises we hold dear, tempting us to question the authenticity of God's commitment. Yet, in these moments, we find solace in Romans 8 verse 28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. The bumps and bruises along the journey are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones leading us closer to the fulfillment of God's promises. Every setback becomes a setup for a divine comeback. When doubt whispers, let faith roar. When discouragement knocks, let hope answer. Embracing the process. Divine commitment is not a shortcut to success, it's a transformative process. It's about becoming, not just arriving. Embracing the process means finding joy in the journey, even when the destination seems distant. Philippians 1 verse 6 assures us, being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Our lives are a tapestry in the hands of the master weaver, each thread meticulously placed to create a masterpiece. The process refines our character, deepens our faith, and aligns us with the promises God has spoken over our lives. It's a process that invites us to embrace both the mountaintop victories and the valley lessons with equal gratitude. Community and divine commitment. In the grand narrative of divine commitment, we are not solitary protagonists, we are part of a larger story. The power of community enhances the richness of our journey. Ecclesiastes 4 verses 9 to 10 highlights this truth. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Sharing our dreams, struggles, and victories with a community of faith reinforces the tapestry of divine commitment. In community, we find strength, encouragement, and accountability. It's a reminder that our individual promises are interwoven with the collective promises of God's people, creating a symphony of divine commitment that reverberates through generations. The unveiling. As we traverse the landscape of divine commitment, there comes a moment of unveiling. It's the moment when the promises, once whispered in the quiet corridors of our hearts, come to fruition. It's the fulfillment of the commitment God made to us, a testament to His faithfulness. This unveiling is not just a personal victory, it's a revelation of God's glory to the world. Our stories become testaments, our lives become epistles, and the divine commitment that guided us becomes a beacon for others navigating their journeys of faith. Conclusion: living in the overflow. In the grand tapestry of life, divine commitment is the golden thread that weaves through every chapter. It's the assurance that our lives are not a random sequence of events, but a purposeful narrative written by the author of the universe. As we live in the overflow of God's promises, our existence becomes a living testimony to His faithfulness. So, embrace the journey, trust the process, and hold on to the promises that God has spoken over your life. Divine commitment is not a distant concept, it's a present reality waiting to be unveiled. As you navigate the seasons of waiting, align your heart with His will, and overcome doubt and discouragement. Remember that the unveiling is imminent. In the tapestry of divine commitment, your life is a masterpiece, and the author is still writing. So, live with expectancy, walk in faith, and let the unfolding of God's promises be the melody that guides your steps in this extraordinary journey of divine commitment.